We'll say welcome to Swingamajig and then maybe pan round into the tent. Welcome to Swingamajig! Welcome to Shambala Festival Swingamajig Tent 2025. My name's Tom and I'm the venue manager here. So my responsibility is pulling all the different people from all the different departments together to put on what I think is one of the greatest parties in the world. Swingamajig Shambala has grown, but it's very much a family affair, and I think that's what makes it so special. We're all part of a wider Swingamajig family. In fact, the crew are arguably way too overqualified to be doing this, but they do it because they love it and because we love Shambala. It really is such a special place. The thing I'm most excited about this year is the backdrop. We've been designing, and you have to speak to Will because Will's our production manager.
Hello, I'm Will. I am the production manager for the Swingamajig Speakeasy at Shambala Festival. And behind me you can see our brand new stage layout and backdrop for 2025. So if you follow me, I'm going to show you how we've put it together, how it's all working and how it's going to operate during the show. So the whole stage design is themed to look sort of like a giant engine room. It's very sort of steampunk with lots of pipes, gears, cogs. It's all kind of painted in like gold, copper and brass. At the front here, we've got these sort of steam pipes sticking up, which are going to sort of give blasts of smoke out the top. We've got jet smoke machines hidden inside those. And then if we go round onto the stage now, I can show you a close-up of the backdrop and some more details. Yeah, there's some in a crate over there. So this is the backdrop up close. You can see we've got all of these gears which actually move, but we've got drive motors attached to the back of all of those, so they'll be turning during the show. These pipes are sort of all designed to look a bit like an organ or sort of one of the sort of mechanical music machines that they would have in town squares. And then at the bottom we've got these sort of Art Deco design grills, which are designed to be sort of the vents for the engine, for the furnace that powers all of this. So we've got some big blinders in there to show that sort of firing up. Behind all these cogs, we've got LED pixel mappable buttons, so we can do sort of light patterns onto those. And then above as well, we've got the big metal Swingamajig sign, which has got pixel mappable LEDs in it, as well as all of our moving heads and other lights all around the stage. This here is our engine operating panel. So this is kind of what we're using for the band to interact with the backdrop. It's designed to look sort of like a steampunk control mechanism. So we've got this vintage telephone at the top, which we're hoping to wire into the PA. We've got these lovely old mechanical switches, which have a really great click to them, as well as a wheel to spin up the furnace, and a classic knife switch, so you can do the mad scientist flick the switch thing. So here is the back of the backdrop. You can see all of this scaffold structure is what we've designed and constructed in order to support this safely and also attach all of the different lighting and different smoke machines and other fixtures that we've got to sort of make the backdrop look alive. It's taken a lot of work to kind of come up with how to put this together safely. It's obviously a very large structure, so you've got to watch out for like you know, all the forces, possible rotation of it tipping forwards or backwards. We've had an absolutely amazing team. Like, Henry's done a fantastic job.
My name's Henry Brunskill, and I am the build manager. My job is just making sure everything's running smoothly, everyone knows where they need to be, they've got all the equipment they need, and most importantly, they're undertaking their work safely. It's absolutely transformed the festival for me. Rather than just being a punter who arrives with a ready-made festival, here I am having some fun and I'm off. Being part of the fabric of the festival has just transformed my favourite festival into, it's just, I just can't even describe how different and how much better it is, feeling just part of the fabric of raising this amazing festival. Okay, so first team arrives Tuesday morning to a blank canvas. There's a big pile of scaffolding all wrapped up. There's big crates of equipment that's been dropped, and there's a team of about 8 to 10 of us on Tuesday morning saying, right, what are we going to do? Over the course of the day, more equipment arrives from the stage bus.
Hello, I'm Tev, I run the stage bus. We design, build and operate solar-powered mobile stages for outdoor events. Well, that's our day-to-day operations anyway. I've known Tom and the Swingamajig team long before it was Swingamajig. We start well in advance of the actual events. We have a yard and a workshop with lots of tools and vehicles and other things. We prep and test and build things like the set. We start putting it all together beforehand. We aim to try and do a test run in the workshop to make sure that we know what we're doing and we've got everything we need. The lights and the PA system and all the other assorted equipment, all the cabling. People often forget just how much cabling goes into an event like this, and working out where the power all needs to go, so have all the correct cabling to get to all the right places. We load everything, bring it to site. It's a skill actually getting things loaded and unloaded from vehicles without damaging them, particularly really how you ruggedize or package it to mean that it will transport well and it's not going to be a problem. We've got a trailer that everything lives in, and we have a lorry we bring stuff down on. At the end of the event, the other thing that people often forget is, as well as all the time building it, we've got to take it all down again, and we've got to sort everything back into where it belongs. And put everything away so that next time we come to use it, it's there and it's ready and it's not being damaged in transport. It's very different to what we do day to day in my business, and it's really nice to go and be involved in a bigger team and with different people and do something that's really creative and really sort of has that sparkle to it.
First job, positioning. Where is everything going to go? Find the position for the stage, the deck. Work out the levels, make sure the deck's nice and flat. Then we've got the flooring. So the deck and the floor need to marry together. And then working out all of the scaffolding structures that kind of go around. So you're starting with the stage and then the fun begins. So then you've got an army of people with scaffold poles, sledgehammers, sketches, or this year quite nicely planned out diagrams, and then it's a case of let's raise this structure, and that's when it gets really fun, from a pile of scaffolding and a pile of boards to seeing this structure being raised. So you've got the big scaffolding structure behind the stage, the scaffolding structure for the entrance sign, they go in first, then you get the backdrop comes in, and then we raise the truss that sit on the king pole. So it's a lot of structural work to start with. And then the techies come in with all the amplifiers, the wires, the lighting, the DMX cables, and that's when it turns in from a skeleton into something quite light and bright. And then the decor comes in at the end to make it real nice and fancy. The last bit of the build is what's left to do, and everyone's pitching in, running around, putting stuff away and wrapping it all up nicely in a neat little package.
What's that say? Speak to Jonah. Jonah, stage manager. Shambala started for us in 2013. We were putting on our own festival called Swingamajig, and we were asked whether we wanted to run a stage right here. We absolutely jumped at the chance. And back in the day, it used to be just the band Electric Swing Circus and our closest friends, and we'd pull together and we'd put this stage on. Now since then, Swingamajig Shambala has grown, but it's very much a family affair, and I think that's what makes it so special.
He damaged himself so bad yesterday that he's basically broken a hand.
I didn't know this at the time, but it actually was broken. Thursday, just before the show started, the front wheel of my bike fell off while I was cycling to production, broke my 5th metacarpal, and I had 5 shows to play that weekend. This is the last one with Electric Swing Circus on the Sunday, and you can see there a very swollen left hand. It wasn't easy, but thanks to the crew for making things possible and helping me get through.
Hey Gary, welcome. I'm very injured. I'm in pain, but I need you on stage here.
One thing amazes me every year is the quality of the artists on stage. The Swingamajig lineup really is special, and we start the searching and booking process as soon as the previous festival is finished. Booking the lineup is probably the best bit about festival planning, and it's the most fun you can have with a spreadsheet. But a lot of the work is done by my partner in all this, DJ and producer Cat in the Hat, otherwise known as Richard.
Hi, my name is Richard. I'm the creative director and also one of the stage managers for the Swingamajig Speakeasy. I DJ under the name Cat in the Hat, and I've got an electro-swing record label called Ragtime Records. We're very proud of the lineups that we create. It's a good mix of DJs, bands, and also circus performers. Imagine seeing a 6-piece band playing 1920s swing and jazz songs, but reimagined and remade with new electronic kit. DJs playing old funk and soul tracks, but remixed with house, garage, breaks, and drum and bass. Expect to hear a lot of trumpets, saxophones, violins, guitars, also a lot of chunky electronic beats, squelchy synths, and filthy dirty bass. What does your usual Shambala Swingamajig Speakeasy day look like? Well, we come down to the stage pretty early. The crew have to do a clean-up from the night before. And then about 11 o'clock, we start doing the sound checks for bands. Swingamajig Speakeasy is a little bit different to your average festival stage, in so much as we run music from the very start to the very end of the night, non-stop, which means that we've got no time to sound check in the evening, so we do all our sound checks at the start of the day. Now, at 2 o'clock, is when we open for family-friendly activities. In the past, we've had scare electrics, mask making, table tennis, and even some swing dancing. At 5 o'clock, we open the stage with a DJ.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shambala Swingamajig is now open!
Hey, this is Tango John, this is Tuxedo John.
And then we'll cycle between DJs, circus performers, and bands all the way through. The music goes on till the very early hours of the morning. And a lot of the Shambala festival goers tell us that it's their favourite place to end the night.
Just outside the stage, it's Beth and Kristen's shop, the Uninspired Emporium. They've been with us right from the start, selling vintage clothes and festival curiosities, guaranteed to make you look fabulous. The Uninspired Emporium is so much more than just another festival store, and it really is an integral part of building that Swingamajig atmosphere. I almost can't believe we're going into our 14th year, but every year we've done it, the Swingamajig crew has been absolutely amazing. I want to say a very, very special thank you to Swingamajig crews past and present. Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you for building this incredible community. So looking back, here's some footage from years gone by, and you can see how the stage has grown and developed as we've gone.
Don't tell anybody about the show. It's a super secret gig, and not everybody knows. It's about to get big. Go boom, let it blow. It's a Swingamajig. If you're ready, then go! Come on down to the Wonder Ground.
do it because we absolutely love it. Really more of a family than a team. Every year we see the same heads, the same team coming back. It's big hugs, big smiles when they arrive. There's new faces that are welcomed in and they're pitching in as well. The first night we all sit around, we have a big communal meal, and then just seeing the crowd packed in, the sweat, the massive thriving energy, seeing the smiles of the band's faces, talking to the bands out the back who are just like, oh my God, that was the wildest crowd. Seeing it all come together, it's just win, win, win.
Throughout the year, I tour with 3 bands, Electric Swing Circus, Big Band of Boom, and Emily Live. And along the way, we meet all these sorts of acts, we meet these incredible people. It's such an amazing opportunity to be able to meet someone and be like, hey, I think you're awesome, I love your art, come to our stage at our festival.
The team have been working so hard on the build-up, and I say the build-up kind of basically all year. We've been having meetings, everyone's been chipping in, CNC cutting, timber, electromechanical work, and it's really been a huge amount of effort. And then the build, it's like, wow, let's fit it all together and watch it work. So that is hands down the biggest challenge.
In terms of fabricating the backdrop, the main front and back panels were CNC cut by Chris. We worked with him to kind of design these sort of intricate patterns, and he's turned that into something that can actually be cut out by an automated CNC machine. And then we've constructed those into sort of 3D panels with depth, with sort of structural timber around the outsides, and then gone through a arduous process of painting all of it, painting all the detail in.
This is Ellie, who heads up our art department. Say hi, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
Right, come on through. Right, so welcome to the backstage area. These are all our tents. We've got our catering tent over here. Let me show you. Right, with any festival, it's important that the crew stay fueled. So here's where we have our toasty stations. So in here we have our toasty station. We've got about a mountain of cheese and then a mountain of bread. This is our backstage area. This is our chill out. And here is going to be our artist changing area. So this is backstage at Swingamajig Shambala.
Fighting to be free.
It's been a lot of work, but it's been absolutely incredible. It's a really cool creative opportunity to be able to design something like this. And the team of people that we have on the crew here are just absolutely incredible. It's humbling and like amazing to be able to work with such like great people that you can kind of have such a ridiculous idea and then sort of start putting it together and people can see what you're trying to do and like implement it. I did a lot of work beforehand on putting the initial backdrop structure together, but once we've got on site, the team is like absolutely run with it, and it looks better than I ever could have imagined because like everyone's just so good at creating things. Like it's been truly amazing. I feel privileged to be able to work with like such great people. Yeah.